So we're back on the road again, folks. The night was productive, but we still fell short of everything we needed in terms of getting the van together. The compact engine enabled us to be able to put together the mini bike maintenance schematic, and we already conveniently had the motorcycle maintenance schematic from our last mishap. So this just leaves us with coming up with the car maintenance and van maintenance schematics, but unfortunately we're short on both duct tape and data. For the data, we're going to drop by that crack-a-books we saw in the city to the east, and after that, I've got a plan for the duct tape. Short term, for this little smash and grab operation, the goal is to get 8 schematics or 400 data. Alright, so we cleared everything out and we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, but that art of mining might be really good to hold on to. But we definitely met the goal of what we were targeting there. So phase 1 is complete, and now we just need to get some glue so that we can make duct tape. So we're going to use the chem station that's over here. Looks like we brought just enough bone powder to crank out 25, so that'll be good. Hugh, what do you have? Ooh, advanced repair kit. Okay. All right, we got to figure out how to get that. I just realized we're going to have that. No sugar butts here. I was trying to hope to save a little bit of cash here because we don't have a lot. We've been kind of buying our way to success here. So we're going to hop on the bike. We're going to run back out to the working vendo on the other side of town, drop off everything we have here, and see if we can pick up some sugar butts and maybe some other candies real quick. So we'll head right over to this guy, and hopefully it'll have the candy that we're looking for. So survey says, yes, 3 sugar butts. We'll take all of those. We'll also take all the hackers because that has been a good money maker. We'll probably hold back on the skull crushers for now, and let's head back to the trader. Hey, Hugh, we are back, and we are going to take some of this candy that magically makes you sell things to me cheaper. Story? I think that was my story, Hugh. All right. So we would like this advanced repair kit. See if there's anything else we needed. Don't see a lot. Let's go ahead and pick this up. We'll also go ahead and pick up a couple of your very tasty fish tacos. I've heard good things about them. Grab our glue here, and we should be ready to take off. Ooh, and here we are back at home. We should have all the materials we need for the 2 schematics. So let's get over here and pull up the car maintenance first. There we go. We've got all the materials that we need for this one, no problem. So crank that one out, go ahead and learn it. And then we just have to learn van maintenance, and we are good to go, other than finding out what it's actually going to take to repair the van itself. All right, so that one is done. We'll go ahead and learn it. Next, I want to go ahead and grab everything out of our trader sell box, because what we're going to do is we're going to run over to the van, see what all it takes, then we're going to do a quick trader run, sell a bunch of stuff off, and figure out what we finally need to get this thing up and running. All right, folks, here we are. Time of truth. Of course it'd be locked. And this has been the quest that keeps on giving. I do have to say it'd be hilarious if there was a motorcycle engine or a compact engine inside of the van when I opened it up. That would be absolutely incredible. But nope, just some scrap rubber. All right, let's see what it costs to actually repair this thing. Okay, out of the gate, the advanced repair kits are going to be the biggest problem here. We've got the battery, we've got the wheels, the springs, most of the other stuff. Those 65 steel plates are going to be a problem. And I hope we still have actually enough for the 5 duct tape there. So let's see what these take to make. Whew. Okay, so that's a lot more steel. So we're definitely going to have to do some ore mining here to be able to make that happen. So checking in here, it doesn't look like Maxton and Ellen is packed up quite yet. We're going to go ahead and while we're here, repair our katana because I keep forgetting to do this. And I know I'm going to end up in a rough situation and have to revert to using that greatsword, which is not ideal. And man, that is pricey to fix. So we need to have a better solution to that soon. All right, and looks like we have some quest rewards here with Ellen. Let's go ahead and probably take the furnace there. We'll break it down for data to help replenish some of that stock that we just destroyed. Steroids would also be nice for the move, and a bundle I think we'll probably go with the traps bundle here. Then we're going to go ahead and take our sugar butts here and see if we can sell off a whole bunch of stuff. That'll replenish some of the coin that we just used a second ago for repairing the katana. Also, I noticed in our inventory, she had a few other things here that we might want to pick up real quick. There we go. And before we leave, let's see one last thing, because you know what? We should probably just buy the steel scrap. This will save us time. It won't go to waste for sure. And then you also have some steel plating. We'll take that as well.
As you wish.
So the steel plating from the trader was a nice jump start, but we are going to need a ton more iron ore if we're going to be able to get enough steel required to be able to put together the van. So I'm going to drop by base, dump off everything that we have, pick up some candy, and head out here to our dig site, get some rock busters in the system, and then do a little bit of quick leveling, put 1 point into mother load so that we can get as much materials as we can, and then we get our dig on. So in retrospect, I don't think I knew what I was in for, because we needed 65 steel plating for the van, then another 6 advanced repair kits, 15 each, for another 90 steel plating, for a total of 155 steel plating. Already had 41 in the base, which leaves us another 114 still need to be created. That would all be fine and good, but it's about 8 iron ore per steel plating, which means we need over 900 iron ore. But hey, this wasn't the first miscalculation we've had in this crazy adventure of trying to put together a van. And spoiler alert, it won't be the last, but we'll get to that in a little bit. For right now, let's get all this stuff back to base and get it processing through the furnace and then over into the blacksmith forge to create our iron plating. I managed to get in a couple hours of smelting and refining and whatnot, and then we had this crowd show up. So we're just going to deal with them real quick. Hey, big boy. Holy cow, he can take a beating. Give him a little bit of shotgun love. This new pump shotgun is working out fantastically for us, even for a lower tier item. And I do have to say I'm going to be sad to leave this base behind, but from what Sarah was explaining, I don't think it would hold up. But it has served us well. I'm going to be curious to see what she's picked out in terms of a base over there in the desert, I'm guessing, as long as that holds out desert through the northern part of Arcadia there. We are unfortunately not going to have a lot of time. We are already officially on day 18 now, which means we've got about 3 days to get over there, get our horde base set up, and hopefully be able to defend ourselves. Well, that's a solid start for ingots. I did find out that we had about 150 or so iron ingots, so we'll be able to process those into steel, so that'll cut down on that 900 plus number that we needed. And remember that miscalculation that we talked about earlier? Okay, though, this is surmountable. We can do this. So upgrade costs, a grill is easy to make, bucket's easy to make. We have everything else. It's going to take some of our steel, which is going to suck, and we need more data now. So we sacrificed some schematics. We went ahead and made a grill. Now we've got our bucket. Now we should be good for upgrades. And we just need a hammer. One last thing, but that's an easy one. Grab our hammer and boom. We have a tier 2 blacksmith's forge, which was something we would have needed to do anyway eventually. I just was not planning on it right now. So now we should be able to go ahead and get our steel plating cranking out. And then once we have steel plating in production, we can go ahead and start making advanced repair kits. Or maybe we can't. Oh, jeez. And thus we title this episode, The Series of Miscalculations. So what is this going to cost for us to upgrade? Let's see. Some bolts, some data, and a wrench. I think we should be able to make all that. We are going to take a hit on steel. There's another 15 steel right there. And we were able to make the bolts. Now, the problem is actually going to end up becoming the data. So we need 400 data, which is going to be about 8 schematics, which we have here. And this would have been very simple to complete. Other than the fact, if you notice, that I'm actually learning all of these skills instead of scrapping them like I meant to do. Because apparently when I recorded, I was a glutton for punishment and decided I should just try to make this a little bit harder because things were too easy. And it was about at this point in time that I started to realize that there was no data that was showing up in my inventory and wondering where it is. So realizing my great mistake here, I decided to cry myself to sleep and head out in the morning so that I could get us some more iron ore and try to figure out a solution for this data. Luckily, I think we're only going to need another 150, maybe 200 max data, so that shouldn't be too hard to come up with. But for now, let's focus on a little bit more diggy dig down here and see what we can come up with. And I'm just realizing to add one more to the list of miscalculations, we also failed to repair our pickaxe, so we'll just go until it breaks. After this, we've got to deal with our data situation, and here's what I'm thinking. We'll head over to the trader and see if we can get a quest in a logical place that would likely have schematics, and hope that one quest gets us there. In worst case scenario, we can throw dukes at the problem and try to buy some of the schematics that the trader's got. But first, we'll drop back by the base and process everything in the furnace. That'll be 50 steel ingots. That'll break down to 25 steel plates. And then let's see what we got in terms of iron ingots. Looks like we walked away with 350 or so iron ore, so that'll be pretty solid. That'll net us about 175 iron, which will drop us down to, you know, about half of that in steel once we're done. And man, it looks like these zombie hordes are just increasing in size and frequency. So we'll go ahead and lend a quick hand here, clear these jokers out. All right, we'll see if Maxton and Ellen still have one last mission for me, hopefully, before we head out. Something like a Mo Power would be ideal, but we'll take whatever we can get. Good morning, folks. I hope the packing is going well. Let me see what you got here.
Welcome.
Hey, Maxton. All right. I'm thinking we're going to go with the closest and most interesting warehouse or large gun store. The warehouse sounds interesting, but honestly, more guns wouldn't hurt at this stage. So let's go ahead and run with that one. All right. Not too bad of a drive from the trader. And we are here at the local Shotgun Messiah store, ready to pick up arms. In we go. Sorry, didn't know the bathroom was occupied. Coming through. Excuse me. Any guns here? Nope. Nope. All right, we'll check out here. The service here is horrible. All right. Anyone over there? Ooh, there's a big pile of loot. Let's clear out the rest of the folks here. I don't know what they were doing in that room, just sleeping through. Luckily, these aren't too bad. Not too many pharaohs that we've run into yet. Little triple crowd there. All right, let's head on upstairs. Get a little heal in real quick. Down you two go. Oh, there's the big boy. He's feral. He was feral. All right, clear out the folks up here on the walkway. They're all kind of coming upstairs to hang out. All right, I think just a few left on the other side here. Oh, there's the big boy. Ow. He took the other one with him, though. I feel like I definitely need a bath after that because I'm just covered in cop goo. All right, let's see if there's any good stuff here. The main thing that we're looking for is schematics because we need that sweet, sweet data. And we haven't managed to find anything as we've been roaming around the building here. There's a bunch of ammo. Always take it, but it's not really what we're looking for. That wasn't either. There we go. Bar Brawler book. We'll take that. That gets us close enough that if nothing else, we can buy whatever we need from the trader to be able to get across the finish line. Anything in the hardened chest? Ugh. Some gold nuggets that we can sell for money that we can use to, in turn, possibly buy schematics. I'm really hoping that we're at the end of this crazy adventure of miscalculations and madness.
Welcome.
But let's see how this goes.
Great job.
Why, thank you, Ellen. I appreciate the vote of confidence there. And to be honest, I'll take every compliment I can get because at this stage, we're not getting much right. I think we got to take the Icebreaker pickaxe here, though, because that's actually a nice upgrade. It's got 3 slots on it. So we're looking at 59 block damage on this one. Let's see what the current pickaxe does. 40. That is a massive uptick. Now, it does take advanced repair kits to repair, which means it's also going to take steel. but we're going to have to sort that out for the katana as well. But that is a tomorrow problem, and right now we just downed some sugar butts, and it is time for us to see if we can buy some schematics. So let us see what you got here, dear. You've got these that are $10.50 each. So that's a pretty reasonable price tag. You know, before we buy all of these, how much does it cost to just buy data? I wonder if that's an option. All right, let's put in 100 here. So that would be like buying 2 of those, which is significantly more expensive. So we're actually better off buying the schematics. So let's go back over there, and we are going to go ahead and buy a couple more of these. I don't want to have to come back here and run back and forth, and we're almost at the time that the trader's going to close anyway. So let's get those and head back home. So first things first, once we're in here, we got to get that workbench upgraded to the next level. So we'll come in here and boom, we finally got all the materials to put that together. We were able to scrap those last few schematics. Now we need to get those advanced repair kits cranking out. So we need 6 of those in total. Whew, that's a lot of materials. All right, get that going. And while that is cooking, we're going to head downstairs and start loading up the motorcycle, because we're going to have to grab all the stuff out of here. And then we'll load it up into here. And ideally, by the time we're loading this up, we can go up and pick up the advanced repair kits off the workbench, and we are good to go. So we should have all the parts and pieces necessary to get the van up and running. And then we got to start packing up the base and getting ready to go. This is a little bit bittersweet, I guess. So it'll be weird to leave this behind, and I don't know if we're going to be able to fit everything in one van run. We don't have a lot of gas to work with, so that is my one concern. I have no idea how much fuel this thing consumes. So this whole thing's a gamble. We'll fit what we can, and we might have to go without whatever stays behind. All right, folks, here we go. And boom, we have a van. Okay, now let's load everything from here, and then we're going to have to pick up the motorbike and just toss it in there, I guess. Because we're going to have to do that anyway when we head out there, because we're going to want to have that for moving around on a more regular basis. The van is just not gas economical. So I think that's just about everything in it. Let's take this guy for a ride. Oh man, the handling's amazing. Has the steering radius of a football field. It's perfect. All right, now we just got to try to park it. Pardon me, folks, coming through. Oh, don't mind me. All right, let's park this and clear out the folks out front. Defend the base for one of the last times. Oh, and she's got a swing in on me. How many do we have out here? We've got a handful. This must be kind of bleed over from what we've been seeing around the trader. All right, you're down. This katana, man, just continues to do good work. This was one of the best purchases that we did from the trader. I just can't imagine still working with that great sword. The swings were really slow and the damage was low, but the katana feels rather nice. It's a lot more nimble, it's faster, slices heads off significantly better. And now that we've cleared our base of all the baddies, let's get on in here. I did try to reach out to Maxton and ask him if, there were movers that we could hire, but apparently, shortage of labor in the apocalypse. So in lieu of that, let's get in here and get to packing. Not gonna lie, feels a little bit like goodbye. I hope Maxton and Ellen get all packed up and get out of here safe. guessing this is the place Sarah was talking about. Hey folks, it's Echo here. I just finished editing that one, and man, I feel like I'm leaving home. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I just want to give a huge shout out to all the folks over here who've supported me via Patreon. And if you're interested, you can do that and find out more behind the scenes stuff and kind of how all this stuff comes together and what I've got going on next. But otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, all.